Hello and welcome back. I can't take myself seriously. There was a time when I used to take myself very seriously. And learning not to take yourself too seriously should be taught in school. One of the most, I think, important things. Who truly knows what they're doing, eh? Right? I mean, if you really looked from a certain vantage point, you can see that nothing is really important. So getting upset and fueling it and continuing to fuel it and then being lost in the upset is foolish when you really look at it from a certain vantage point. Feeling vulnerable is okay. Not knowing what to say is okay. And it's not how many times you repeat something that's important, but how aware you are and how often you are aware and how long you're able to sustain that awareness is what's really important. To not repeating a cycle or to begin to stop pushing the wheel so that the momentum continues. It may be pushing a little bit less, just slightly less. But the point is that being okay with that. Not carrying the expectation of having it go a certain way. Finding where you have hidden expectations, going deep until you find a point where a brand new point of view, and then you're stuck with the decision to agree or disagree, or to see that process of agreeing and disagreeing is just another step that's not necessary. Seeing that that is also happening, the continual pulling into a dream. But seeing that as wrong can be a barrier. Seeing that you're doing something wrong, or you should be moving forward again with the expectation, you get drawn in. So it's peeling back your expectations that can help keep awareness come to you more often and push the wheel slightly less. But being okay with that is really what's the most important. Because not being okay is like an ego fragment that's separated from who you are, that's now giving you orders saying yes or no. It's stopping a piece of time, a happening, and then being lost in the story created about that experience. That's the block. So when you recognize often enough, then sustained awareness becomes more a reality. And I'm finding that it's even in years after years, there's like a yearly cycle, there's like a monthly cycle as well. And even at a certain time of the year, certain challenges versus another time of the year. But it's when you take them too seriously that again pulls you away from, and everyone's going to have their own, your mind is going to say something different for you, your mind is going to say something different for you, and keep on going that way. And you'll see similarities when it comes to people who grew up in the same city, country, city, and then workplace, family. Each individual combination will give you a specific set of things that in you is going to, things that you, oh my God. It's going to make it different for everyone, the things that your mind is going to say. My God, I got lost there. But what I found is that no matter what the mind says, eventually one of them has the power to pull you in. And then you become lost, like dreaming a little bit. The reason I talk about this sort of thing is because I was depressed for a long time. And I got the courage to pull myself out of it, out of that depression. It lasted 6 years. And developing courage, but also sustained attention, has given me so much when it comes to getting out of that depression, first of all, and then finding a state where was very, very happy, and the happiness level comes and goes, it varies, but there's a way to live your life so that you're not in this, oh, fuck it, I don't care, versus you can steer that process to a certain degree. Now, I don't like to give you ways, because my way is not going to work for you. I could say certain things that you might notice, but there's nothing that I can say that's right or wrong, because when you start looking in, you have to learn to trust your own intuition. No matter who tells you what to do, what type of master, in the end, it's your own voice that you're agreeing with or disagreeing with based on that advice this person gives you, or advice you think you're getting. By not taking what your mind tells you seriously, regardless of what is said, is what has given me the most sense, the deepest sense of peace that I've ever found in my life. And even though it changes, it goes up and down, it makes a huge difference of the quality of it, the quality of the good times and the bad times. The whole perspective shifts. I found that if you spend too much time in distractions and you lose your your attention span. That took me forever to figure that out. When you lose your attention span, or when it gets smaller, you lose the ability to be able to see certain things inside yourself, also follow certain thoughts through to conclusion, or at least to a point where you can see a different point of view. Because if you have a difficult time to keep your attention span on the same thing for a long time, if you have a hard time to do that, then it's going to be difficult to find anything inside of yourself. Everything inside of you is already there that needs to be. And there's things you can do inside that you need attention span for. So I talk about that a lot. And how I don't usually say how it's related to peace. But that answer is implied if you dig deep enough and then you see what everything or everyone is really looking for. And all that is to feel good on some level. Whatever word, happy, joy, enjoyment, bliss, whatever word you want to use, it's pleasant. Everyone's seeking that through whatever means. And whatever means you find work for you. And the thing is, you see, I'm okay with part of me going blank and not knowing what to say. Because I've also found that just sitting there in that empty space, which usually isn't empty for that long, it creates a kind of sensation inside the body. There's many ways to create a sense of ease, enjoyment, in your body to give that physical sense that's comfortable. There's all kinds of things you can develop. And that's fun. It's okay to enjoy that. But again, it's when you take yourself too seriously. And I'm repeating a lot of the same things and talking a lot about almost stuff that I think if I watch this video, it's not going to make a lot of sense if I watch it back. But on some level, some of the things I say is going to click with a person. Maybe nobody that watches this video, maybe someone or everyone, a percentage. Because those are things that I found as well. And even if it's not the same thing you find, if you listen behind the words, you can see there's a similarity. You can find an example as well. It's all about getting you to think about certain things. As they say, out of sight, out of mind. So just hearing a person talk about his or her inner experiences, and if you listen to a person knowing that that's what they're talking about, then it puts that as an imprint in your mind, especially if you ask yourself, am I doing that as well? Am I looking in? Have I ever looked in? What's the point? And then if you start trying and you realize there's things in there that's you can't put value on, you can never buy it. So anyways, I'll leave you with that. Oh my God. Wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you, thank you, thank you.